Okay, we are Monday, 22nd of May, 2023. Just going to have a look at these markets here, the SPOs. Well, we're on the breakout, and where is the area that we're breaking out from? I might hear you ask, and really just see this red area here. Let's see, I'm just make it a different color here. Say, well, we'll make it green, really, because we are breaking somewhat to the upside. We have had fake outs to the downside here, but I think, what we've seen more recently as of the really strong bid there last week into this Wednesday, Thursday, a little bit of pulling back on Friday, generally this is quite convincing to the upside, but we could really just have range expansion until we really test somewhere meaningful like on the 4175s and then take a push similar to what we saw last Thursday here in this area right here. I'll just kind of remain a little bit cautious on scrambling into longs here on SPOs. So what do we know? Well, 4175 for support, bit of p-val 4194. So this would be really the test 4194 to see how strong the bid is into this buyout for continuation to the upside. So obvious targets to the upside 42.31s. We've kind of sharked on that so far as of Friday, and then 42 halves to the upside. So that's the S&P. Watch out for where this may come in for support, but I like 41.75s, as do a couple of the guys in the room. The Dow, yeah, I mean, I think we just we've seen really good places to trade here on the Dow. We were issuing shorts on 33.710s, and that sure enough did come in like a beaut there on Friday around 4 o'clock. Down she goes back to test around this range where we broke out from. So now we're just pretty much sitting on here looking for a bid back in, and this is a big demand area, supply and demand, right? So it wouldn't be any shock to me that we just rally from here this week upwards. Notwithstanding headline risk and the debt ceiling and so on and so forth. Yeah, all right, moving over to NASDAQ as well to cover that one before we move on to commodities. You'll see really for me, I've got some upper side targets in around 14,600 here. If you want to know what this edge is, give me a shout, 14,600s anyway. But we're trading on this sort of edge in the room. And well, actually, I think we could cover where this bid came in right around here and just rallied all the way up. So, yeah, I think we're a little high to be buying NASDAQ right now, but I think ultimately we should be targeting 14,056 if you're on this breakout from the 13,251s. And yeah, you just got to be careful out here. So, what we saw on Friday was really waiting for the market to open. Oil open at 2 seemed to kick things off there, and we just rallied into highs on the NASDAQ there on Thursday, sorry, I should say. So, a little bit of pulling back Friday, maybe a little bit of indecision going on at the moment, but I think, we should come back a wee bit to then bid onto that 14,056s for the NASDAQ. Oil is being pretty tricky. I put out some guidance on oil here as well. So really the pivot area for me for oil to go higher or lower is where we are at right now. We'll call it a 72 handle. But I think because of the supports that we had coming in this morning on the bottom of this sort of the area, this big line in the sun, we're looking at the 70 spot 69s. I think we're going to trade the 72.50s in this session. And then I'm going to really, take today to just watch how oil's trading and maybe get ready for a nice trade during this week to see how we're trading around here. But I will be looking out for weakness on the 72.49s up here for sure, and potentially to drop out onto new lows at that point. So that's what we're looking at there. And then gold. Yeah, gold. Much talked about. I think on gold here, we've got really good supports that have come in. I wouldn't mind seeing another retest towards these lows. But obviously, if we're going to be getting much higher equities, then gold may not find the buyers. But if we manage to, probably get to Wednesday and we're holding 1956s and 1952s, then I think we could stand a pretty decent chance of getting bid up back above the 2000 level on gold. So, spending today, which is a quiet day data wise, to just really look at a lot of these markets, see how they're trading, see where I may want to take a trade later during the week. And I don't have to rush into the battleground, if you like. Today, it is a quiet docket day. What's the yen telling us about risk and how it's being priced in the world at the moment? Well, it's telling us that the risk is kind of being taken out of the equation at the moment. We're just getting sold down so much in yen. This 72,925s level coming in pretty decent resistance all of last week and so far today, which is an early start to the week. But I think we should be looking out for resistance here to make maybe new lows on last week's lows, to drop out here, and that would fit in with equities much higher. All right, guys, have a great session. I'll be talking to you during the week. Cheers.